Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. It is me, your girl BrittReacts, and today we're going to react to something funny that someone sent over to me in response to a reaction I've already done. This is Bob Saget, may he rest in peace, what a legend, witnessed Bill Burr's infamous Philly rant. This is him on the Joe Rogan podcast.
The Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah, I never had any desire to be a musician at all. Zero.
Bill
None.
Burr plays the drums like
he's
a
good.
son of a bitch. Well, I was going to say
didn't know
something about
that.
him. I finally did something that actually stayed on topic, I think. He came to my wedding, and then he had to go do a gig. And he does the gig, and his wife stayed, and he comes back in a different outfit, like a pink jacket. He left my wedding and is such a good friend. He came back again because he was so happy for me, because who the fuck else would want me than my wife? And he's just, I was there in Philly in Camden at the Tweeter Center, it was called, when we were on the Opie and Anthony virus tour. So it was Tracy Morgan, myself, Louis C.K.
Is that the one where Don Herrera got heckled and he went on and he literally attacked the crowd? It made Bill Burr a legend.
That was when Bill, I was
He roasted
standing there.
Philadelphia.
I was standing there. I was under the fucking monitor, right through the curtain that I was going to come out. I had the sweet spot,
Okay, I was Googling one when Bob Saget passed away, which was 3 years ago, which just feels wild that it's been 3 years. When you want to talk about like someone who shaped the memories in your childhood, like Full House, come on. That show was like on repeat all day long. So super nostalgic. And then I Googled how long ago he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and it was 4 years ago. So this was not long before we lost him. Looks completely healthy and great. Take care of yourselves, guys. All right. So yes, I did react to Bill Burr's Philly rant, and I think it ended up getting like flagged for, so YouTube doesn't always completely demonetize a video. They'll restrict it because it is not for all audiences. And so I think it was, if I remember correctly, it got flagged, which rightfully so. That rant was wild. Another thing is, I had no idea. Did I know? Do y'all remember me knowing and learning the fact that Bill Burr played a wicked drum set? I don't remember knowing that. It is likely I learned and completely forgot because, Brit brain. But I can't even use the excuse of mom brain anymore. It's just my brain. I had no idea. And then I had no idea that the circuit, the tour that this happened on was where Bob Saget was. Somebody's probably gonna say, I told you in the comments. It's like, you guys, come on. I cannot read and or retain all of the comments, but I just like, this is such a fun fact kind of clip here. I'm learning so much. All right, let's go back a little bit and keep
Roasted Philadelphia.
I was standing there. I was under the fucking monitor, right through the curtain that I was going to.
Hearing Bob Saget drop the F-bomb is also a little traumatizing for me because he has such a wholesome image in my head. What? The F-bomb? Not my Bob.
I was under the fucking monitor, right through the curtain that I was going to come out. I had the sweet spot. Bob will do like 25 minutes in the middle because I was just a bitch. So and they put me there, and it was a sweet spot because you take a lot of bullets coming up with a Philly audience, and a Jersey audience. And Bill, I'd known him, but I'd known him through clubs, but he got out there and they were booing him, and he's so fucking awesome. The way he's made, that whole fucking Boston brilliance, and he just started to pummel them back and said the worst things you can say, every inappropriate thing you could possibly say, talking about their cheesesteaks and the Sixers and just the thing you saw.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And I watched it and I'm like, this is fucking great.
Fuck you and fuck the Liberty Bell.
Exactly. It's 15 minutes he did it.
Yeah.
And at the end, the boos were as loud as the cheers. I think he got a standing ovation. He didn't see it.
Oh.
He comes off stage like a fighter. He's all sweaty.
Yeah, the
Did you see that?
adrenaline.
It was fucking horrible. What the fuck was that? I went, Bill, that was great.
Yeah, I mean, watching it, it is like the definition of a train wreck. It was like something so bad, but there was like, you could tell it was a moment in time. Like, I'm sure for everyone backstage watching, they knew that this was going to be a stamp in his like career. But it is. It's like a historical comedy moment now, and I don't know how I missed it for so long. I just recently reacted to it within 2025, and I've had this channel now over 2 years. I was like, what took me so long? I had no idea it existed. But after watching it, you're like, as bad as it also was just such a moment for the Bill Burr brand. It was phenomenal. It was a mess. And some parts of it were a little cringy, but to hear the audience go on the ride of like loving it and hating it and realizing like he really handed it to him, like they did not win. They didn't win. He won against a really belligerently, awfully aggressive Philly crowd. And if you know anything about Philly, the dogs come out. Who let the dogs out? Like, Philly is not a city to be played with. So yeah, I agree. It's like, I'm sure Bill got off stage and thought that was like an awful bomb, like probably the worst of the worst. But yeah, like, I'm sure his adrenaline was running. He probably doesn't remember half the things he said. And I also can't imagine being on the receiving end of such like trolling and hate. I don't think they really hated him. Well, I don't know. Listen, again, Philly, but like, I'm sure that doesn't feel good. But yeah. It was a sight to behold. If you haven't seen it, you don't have to go watch my reaction, but it's a really like poor quality, grainy VHS, feels like a handheld recording, but obviously it was like an old school like iPhone maybe that recorded. Quality is terrible, but the audio is clear as day, honey. Clear as day.
Did you see that? It was fucking horrible. What the fuck was that? I went, Bill, that was great. Are you kidding? That was fucking amazing.
No,
I've
he
never
killed. He killed.
And then he still didn't believe me. And then I said, you're going to remember this. Mm-hmm. This is going to, you don't know what just happened here.
Yeah.
If there's a tape of this,
like a car accident.
This is going to change.
You
you don't even know. And I bring it up to him and he's like, he doesn't want to talk about it. But it was a defining moment for his everything.
Yeah, no, he's that guy that can just take a
about
moment and rant on things. Like, he knows how to rant better than anybody I know in terms of like in the moment, pick things apart and piece them. Like, that's what his podcast is. One of the brilliant things about his podcast, he does it 2 times a week, and it's just him.
Yeah.
It's just him ranting, which is crazy that
I've also reacted to several clips from his podcast. I have laughed hysterically. I have been just completely mind blown, and it is entertaining. It's probably a source of therapy for him if you know like his temperament and his like what he struggles with, to be able to just like let it all out. Now that I think about it, he is a really good person who rants because he like doesn't get off topic and he leans in. There's a Kanye rant where you're left being like, what? My brain hurts. And then there's a Bill Burr rant where you're like, how did he come off the top with all that stuff? It's 2 different type of people and 2 different type of rants. Both kind of manic.
Just him.
Yeah.
It's just him ranting, which is crazy that he's got that sort of muscle that he can just rant on things by himself. Just starts reading things and getting pissed off about this. You know what? Here's what the fucking problem is. And then he just goes off.
And what's amazing is he knows what you know, what I know, that he's not alone. He's talking to
yes.
All of it. So
he's ranting to people that love him, and he knows they love him. He's comfortable.
And he loves people.
Yeah.
He's one of the sweetest.
He's a great guy.
Sweet. Oh, I loved that interview. Rest in peace to Bob Saget. All right, where's the video of Bill slamming on the drums? Send it to me. I need it. I hope you enjoy this. Make sure you're subscribed because we have a good time here. We do. It's the BR party, the BrittReacts party. Like this video, send it to somebody you care about, and go and have the day you deserve. Bye, friends.